Sometimes you gotta give people their flowers. While they can still smell it. Mark Nash. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cashapp, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. Yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Yo. What up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I'm your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that motherfucking 501 and that 317, man. Y'all know how I get down. Little Rock, Indianapolis, we are in the motherfucking building. Yes, sir. And your boy's back. I'm back with another one, man. Yes, sir, man. Salute to everybody out there who having a good weekend, having a good Saturday, having a good Sunday. Hopefully, everybody having a wonderful weekend. I know I am. I know y'all missed me last night. But last night, man, I just didn't have the energy, bro. I swear to God. I don't know what I did yesterday, but I just did not have the energy for no live fight chats, man. I apologize, but I really did not have no energy for no live fight chats, man. I was like, what? Live fight chat? Man, and then I had to watch basketball. I had to watch Top Rank. I had to watch the YouTubers boxing. Then I had to watch UFC. So it was just too much shit on last night for me to even think about doing live fight chats. Now I know my eyes going that way. The game, I'm watching Brooklyn and Milwaukee play. You know what I'm saying? Good ass game. But yeah, man, it's like, oh, Brook Lopez wet. Oh, he wet. Oh, he wet. Yes, sir. So with that being said, man, I just want to apologize to my folks out there. Y'all, I know y'all wanted to goddamn me do a live fight chat, but I just wasn't feeling it, man. I just want to feel it. Before we get into it, into the real show, I want to give a quick shout out to Jose Pedraza, because we probably won't cover him much today. Jose Pedraza just keeps on getting better at old age, man. He beat up Julian Hammerhands Rodriguez last night and really just beat him up until that his corner, you know what I'm saying, said it was enough. I tell you one thing, that Tank Pedraza win is getting more and more better. I know more better, not proper English, but anyway, it's getting better and better every time Pedraza fights and wins. So big ups to Tank. I know Pedraza may say he was weight drained at 130, so that's why he moved up right after the fight, but Tank still got the win over him. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I do love what I've been seeing from Jose Pedraza on his Top Rank run. Also, big ups to what's his man's name? I forgot the nigga name. Hold on, bro. I know damn well I can't even pronounce it. You know what I'm saying? I know damn well I can't even pronounce his man's name. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Jeremiah's punts. Big ups to Jeremiah's punts. Man, he beat the shit out of Lewis Ritson yesterday. Man, he whooped Lewis Ritson ass from pillar to post yesterday. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Dude beat up Luke, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I blame UK Robbie. I blame UK Robbie. I blame UK Robbie, man, for the reason why I know about goddamn me Lewis Ritson, the Sandman. Man, this nigga ain't dusted shit off in so fucking long. He been getting dust off. Lewis Ritson got his ass whooped yesterday. Yeah, man, he just a British level fighter. He is just a British level fighter, man. I actually watched a good portion of that fight. I actually did, and yeah, man, they were going back and forth, but you can see Jeremiah's punts just having more success, more strength, more everything. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, big ups to Jeremiah's punts for putting hands on Lewis Ritson yesterday. What about R&V? R&V back. R&V, we got a special Keith Thurman part of the show coming up later on. You know what I'm saying? But right now, let's get into what everybody is talking about. Let's get into what everybody is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into it. So Tim Bradley was on the Top Rank post show last night. You know what I'm saying? He had some things to say about Shakur Stevenson in his performance last night. Now I'm gonna play the audio so you guys can hear what Tim Bradley had to say. And I just want to know if you agree or disagree. That's all we want to know.
Breakdowns we did of Shakur before the fight, talking about his defense. That's not just physical, that's a mindset. He doesn't like to make mistakes. He's not, risk adverse, but he doesn't like to get hit. That's the way he's trained. For whatever reason tonight, he didn't have the confidence to step mid-range and then close and start trying to work the body like we've seen him do in his recent fights. I think he's a guy who's extremely smart boxing-wise with his IQ. He'll fix those mistakes. If one fight is not his whole career.
I agree with that. But
I agree with that too, man. He'll fix certain mistakes that he made in that fight. I know Andre Ward got a soft spot. Got a soft spot for Shakur Stevenson. I know he got a soft spot for him. So maybe Andre didn't want to be as critical as Tim Bradley was.
I don't think that he did himself any justice tonight, especially if we calling him, the future of boxing. Yeah. Trust me on that. There's going to be people at home that are sitting there watching, probably turned off the television by watching them. I'm not going to lie. Right. I almost fell asleep watching because I was waiting on him to step it up. Like I know he knows how to, but, that just shows that he still needs some more maturing inside that ring, man. You got to understand he only has 16 professional pro fights. And as he moves forward, Tess, he's going to get tested.
To your point, and getting tested. He did give a quote right there that when I sit with him next time, I want to ask him about this because
I will gonna stop it right there. So Tim Bradley, y'all heard what Tim Bradley just said. Y'all heard what Tim Bradley just had to say. He said, man, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I almost fell asleep on the fight last night. I mean, let's keep it a buck, man. Let's keep it a buck. And this is not all that have to do with Shakur Stevenson, right? It matters about the opponent too. Jeremiah only landed 26 punches on Shakur last night. So that tells me that Jeremiah wasn't really being that aggressive and wasn't going out there trying to win. But man, I got a hard time disagreeing with Tim Bradley, man. I love Shakur Stevenson. I absolutely love Shakur Stevenson. But man, goddamn, bro, like I know you proved to the whole world you was faster, sharper, and you could outbox dude. You proved that. You proved to the whole world that you were faster, smarter, and kind of outbox dude. We got to see another dimension, though, big dog. We got to see another dimension. And we didn't see it last night. We didn't see no other dimensions last night, man. We didn't see Shakur Stevenson go out there and really push the pace on the action last night. That's what I was waiting on. I was waiting on Shakur Stevenson to really go out there and impose his will on a guy who did not want to be in the fight with him. Bayside Boxing says, well, AJ versus Ruiz 2 was boring. I mean, some people say it was boring, but in my opinion, it had more intrigue. It had more insight. It had more suspense because we were all waiting on to see if Andy Ruiz could land that big punch again and knock Anthony Joshua out. This fight was none of that. This fight was simply Shakur Stevenson outboxing the guy for 12 rounds in a row and really not taking no risk, really not taking no chances, really not was pushing the pace, man. It was the same pace all night. He take those little short half step back, land a left hand, land a right check hook. I just was not. It was a good boxing match for him, but as far as entertainment goes, I think the entertainment value lacked last night. That's just my personal opinion.
Because it speaks to the disposition of how you view yourself in a fighter, what you're willing to do. But he said, I tried to step it up when he was pressed on. Why didn't you step it up? Looks like you could have got rid of him. I tried to step it up, but I got hit with solid shots and I didn't like it.
That's one thing I said.
Well,
he don't like getting hit.
Is what I said a few minutes ago. Like,
right.
And I know because I'm a counter puncher.
But it's coming out of his mouth.
Right. I understand that, but I don't think he's saying that I'm afraid to get hit. He's saying I don't like.
Yeah, and that's a good point by Andre Ward. He's not saying that he's afraid to get hit. He's not saying that. He's saying that he doesn't like to get hit. And I haven't met anybody in the world that likes to get hit. I've been punched a couple of times, and I don't like I just don't know about that shit, man. I honestly, man, like getting hit and like getting hit, nobody likes to get hit. So at the end of the day, I can see where Shakur Stevenson is coming from. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second.
Like to get hit. He
Correct,
wants to be clean.
He
wants to be clean and polished. He doesn't want to, but sometimes.
But you're not going to be perfect in this game.
Yeah, sometimes you got to go through it to get to it. You got to get a little dirty to get a guy like that out of there.
Listen, he said something about Floyd Mayweather early in his career that he's better than Floyd Mayweather. You need to understand that Pretty Boy was a mean son of a gun.
Yes.
He actually produced knockouts early in his career, and then his hands, he had hand problems.
I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I thought Tim Bradley was gonna say, boy, that nigga Floyd Mayweather was a mean son of a bitch. I thought he was gonna say, my nigga, you on ESPN. But he not lying. He is not lying, man. All these guys want to compare themselves to Money Mayweather. And I know it's one of the cliches in boxing that we always say, but it rings true to this day. To this day. To this day. And don't forget, nigga, Tuesday, we back at it. Fury Wilder, Tuesday, LA press conference is going down. I'm ready. I hope you're ready for it. It's going to be fireworks. But these fighters got to understand, like, Pretty Boy Floyd was a motherfucker. Pretty Boy Floyd was a motherfucker, man. All these young cats want to get the money made. They want to be on Instagram with a fly ass car, with a fly ass girl, you know what I'm saying, that look like Miss Jackson. They might want to have 2 or 3 girls like Floyd do, but they gotta understand. They gotta understand, man. It's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit. You can't just hop out the gate unless you got a big ass social media following, and sometimes that don't translate to dollars. Sometimes that don't translate to money. So you got to understand, man, you got to actually put in the work. You got to make people excited about seeing you. You got to go out there and you got to knock motherfucker shit loose. That's what Pretty Boy Floyd did. That's what Pretty Boy Floyd did. That was Pretty Boy Floyd. He went out there and he put it on niggas. Then his hands started breaking down, and he had to resort to the defensive posture.
Problems, which he went to the defensive way of boxing. Now, Shakur, on the other hand, he's defensive, yes, but he needs to step up the intensity inside that ring, man, and go for more knockouts.
Well, the champ who he's most likely fighting next is standing right over here with Bernardo.
Jamel Herring, the WBO world champion at 130 pounds. Your name's been called out. Been kind of.
I thought Shakur did what he had to do. At times I felt that he could have pushed it. I thought he could have stopped him, of course, because Shakur definitely has the talent and skill. But I think he just played it a little too safe. But at the end of the day, a win's a win.
A win is a win, but
honestly, I think
a win is a win. I give you that. A win is a win. But Jamel being real, like, hey man, he could have maybe pushed the pace a little bit more. He could have maybe pushed the pace a little bit more. And that's all we saying. He could have definitely pushed the pace a tad bit more. He could have definitely pushed the pace a tad bit more and maybe got Jeremiah up out of there. But he got the win. He got the dub. So let's see what Shakur Stevenson had to say about his performance last night.
Hey, y'all gotta hurry up. I'm hungry as hell.
All right, Sean. Shakur.
What's up?
Shakur, you talked about fighting the cop before the fight, but why was Jeremiah Nakatila, the man, handcuffed tonight? Why do you think he wasn't willing to open up and give you opportunities?
I think I got some of the best defense in boxing, and I feel like I kind of hurt him early, and he kind of got scary for the rest of the fight. So I feel like I could have did more, but I'm gonna get back in the gym right after this, and I'm gonna lock back in.
You said
so. You said you hurt him, and you felt like he got scary for the rest of the fight. So in my opinion, like if you got somebody that you know you hurt, if you got somebody that you know is maybe a little fearful of you, why not push the pace a little bit? Why not push the pace and let him get some of those, eat some of those punches? If he was scary, then he wasn't throwing a lot of punches back. That's all I'm saying. I love Shakur Stevenson, but last night I just think maybe he could have done a little bit more, just a little bit more.
said you feel you can do more. You pitched a shutout, but there's people talking about they wanted a knockout. Do you feel like the same way that you would have liked to knock out, and do you feel like there's things you have to improve on to be a better all-around complete fighter?
Yeah, most definitely. But I still feel like it was an awkward fighter in front of me. Real awkward, real scary, and he knew how to do just enough to keep me from jumping on him. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna get back to the gym. I'm gonna work on some days, and I'm gonna keep getting better and better. And my next performance is gonna be better than this one.
Shakur, here in Las Vegas Regional. Congratulations on the victory. Do you feel, to that point, do you feel like you need a better opponent to bring the best out of you more frequently?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that like fighters like Janelle, fighters like Oscar Valdez in front of me, you'll see a lot more. And my skills showed tonight, but I feel like with them, I can actually eat a lot more and turn up a little more.
Now, do you guys think? I'm gonna ask y'all this: do you guys think that opponent who is better, opponent who has more skills, opponent who is more decorated than Jeremiah, would Shakur look better against a better opponent? Yes or no? Would Shakur Stevenson look better against a better opponent? Is it simply the opponent, or is it more having to do with Shakur Stevenson? That's what I want to know from you guys. I want to know you guys' opinion. Does Shakur Stevenson look better with better opposition, or is it something that he has to change about the way that he boxes? Yes, that either make him sink or swim. Yes. Shakur has to have someone that presses the action to look good. He can't initiate it himself. They appreciate him more versus a better opponent. I agree. Opponent, okay. Maybe, but performing to the level of your opponent is a bad habit. And that is absolutely true. That'd be nice. If it was just a flat night, okay. All right, so your guys maybe say just a flat night. Some guys maybe feel like it's the opponent. Some guys may feel like that goddamn fighting to the level of your opposition is never a good thing.
Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. As the fight you're on and your confidence, you could tell that you knew that you were in control and he wasn't. He was throwing those big moving rights. Can you also look at this where by the 5th, 6th, 7th, let's just use this as a learning experience to learn how to maybe fight a taller fighter, go through the motions, and still use your style as being a methodical, tactical fighter. And if it's got to go to the distance, so be it, rather than jump in with those big punches, counter punches, and go for the knockouts.
I really was being a little bit careful, because at the end of the day, you gotta realize you got power too. So I had to I started walking forward and like trying to set it up, but like I said, he was real scary. Like he'd throw a punch and then lean all the way back or jump all the way back and try to not give me a rhythm to set up combinations. So like I said, I'm back in the gym. I'm gonna work harder my next fight and get better and better.
Shakur over here.
Shakur, obviously, Danny Edwards was behind the gloves. You just said obviously you want to work on a few things and get better. I know you're calling for the Oscar and for the Jamel. You want that title at 130. Got it at 126. You haven't seen the fight. Just got out the ring. What is it that you feel that maybe you could improve on, or maybe something that you want to work on?
Catching and release. It was times where I could see the punch. I could see it right there, but I ain't capitalized off it like.
I like that, man. I really think a lot of fighters should work on catching and shooting. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you can develop a skill where you're able to land punches while somebody else is punching, then that right there is going to be very valuable, because you maybe make your opponent gunshot, and you make your opponent think about 3-4 punch combination because he knows that either you may catch and shoot, you may catch and just catch, or you may catch him with something big that he might not be ready for. So I think catching and shooting shots is very good for a lot of fighters, not just Shakur Stevenson. A lot of fighters.
I'll make him miss sometimes, and it'll be right there in front of me, but he'll hurry up and pull back, and I'll be like, I shot it too late. So when I get back to the gym, like I said, I'm gonna keep working, and I'm gonna keep getting better, and the performances will get better and better.
How you doing, Shakur? This is Robert Hogan with GMT Boxing and the Ring Corner Boxing. We spent a lot of pieces during this fight week, so like more pieces than I ever seen this week before. Is that just something that you're taking forward?
At the end of the day, I'm mature, so I know how to control the fight. I know how to make sure I'm winning rounds. Every fight that I have is going to be a dominant fight because I'm not going to let nobody else into the fight. So that's where the patience come in at. Like I said.
Now we may have a insight to what Shakur Stevenson is thinking in that ring. He said he's not going to give anybody a rhythm. He knows how to win rounds. So maybe he's just not willing to put himself in that position for anybody to have success on him. Maybe like I think the only way that somebody's going to beat Shakur Stevenson is they're not going to outbox Shakur. All right, that's just my personal opinion. I don't think there's anybody right now at or around his weight class that can simply outbox Shakur Stevenson. Now, with that being said, I think it's going to take somebody who comes forward with relentless pressure. Somebody who comes forward with relentless pressure. I don't know who that guy is, who that guy may be, but I just know nobody, in my personal opinion, has the ability at 130 or 135 to simply maybe, I don't want to say nobody. I don't want to say nobody. 135 is motherfucker. I got Devin Haney up there. Devin Haney got the skills too, big dog. You know, Devin Haney and Shakur got history. Got history together. So I ain't gonna say nobody. But man, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Bets I block. Why you block Bayside Boxing and Fresh BX? Come on, Rabisky. Don't start blocking people and shit, bro. Don't start that blocking shit, man. Do not start blocking because you don't agree with somebody's opinion. That ain't what we doing over here, man. You know that ain't what we doing. Oh, you blocked them from seeing your messages. Okay. You blocked them from seeing your. Is it that serious, Bayside Boxing? You want Bayside Boxing said. That nigga said we can't. That motherfucker said I can't see his messages no more. Damn, man. Why y'all got beef like that, man? Why y'all got beef, man? Y'all niggas got beef. He called him a bozo. And then he called them narrative pushers. Fuck them. I don't know what's going on, bro. And Rabisky been with me for like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Rabisky been with me like Fresh BX and Rabisky been with me from the start. I can honestly say that. Fresh BX and Rabisky been here from the start, from the absolute start. I don't know what the problem is, man. Like, do I need to do we gotta go to mediation? Do I need to be a fucking arbitrator? You know what I'm saying? What we gotta do? I will arbitrate, I will mediate, I will do everything. Who the fuck is that hurt? Who hurt? That's Kyrie. Oh, come on, Kyrie. No! Get up, Kyrie! Kyrie, get up! Kyrie, get out, man. Damn. Damn, Kyrie, down. Damn, man. Kyrie. Kyrie, man. Brooklyn. Nah, let me stop. Hey, D Nice. Watch your fucking mouth, nigga. Watch your fucking mouth. Watch your fucking mouth, D Nice. Put some respect on Kyrie. Even though I'm a Lakers fan, I can respect the skill of Kyrie Irving. Man, that nigga, man, fuck that nigga D Nice, man. Talking about Kyrie like that, man.
I was just keeping better.
You said you weren't feeling good tonight. What was going on?
I don't know. I mean, I was feeling good. Just I felt like I could have stepped it up some more, and I didn't step it up. So, like I said, I'm back in the gym, man.
Obviously, Jamel was here. You said after
he can't beat me. And I stand on that. He can't beat me. None of the fighters at 130 can beat me. I stand on that. They getting there is gonna be a.
Let me ask y'all a question. I know, right, man. Fuck man. I got so many mixed emotions about LeBron. Kyrie, man, I hope you come back, bro. Tape that motherfucker up, man. Come back, man. Tape it up and come back, man. This the playoff. This the playoff, big dog. Tape it up and come back. I know you got the Kobe in you. I know if anybody in the league got some Kobe Bryant in there, it's you. Kobe would tape that motherfucker up. He would tape it up. He'd say, Doc, give me a cortisone shot in the motherfucker and let me go play. Let me go play. Get your fucking Black Mamba on. Get Black Mamba mentality on, nigga. My bad, y'all. Back to this boxing shit. Do you guys think Jamel Herring can beat Kyrie Irving? Can Jamel Herring beat Kyrie Irving? Can Jamel Herring beat Kyrie Irving? Yes or no? Can Jamel Herring beat Kyrie Irving? I mean, damn, Kyrie Irving, shit. Shakur Stevenson. My bad, man, my bad. I had a Stephen A moment. I had a Stephen A moment, man. My bad. My bad, man. When you watching this shit and you talking boxing, man, it kind of get to you. But yeah, man, can Jamel Herring defeat Shakur Stevenson? Shakur Stevenson seems to believe that the Jamel Herring fight is all his. Shakur Stevenson seems to believe that the Jamel Herring fight is all him. He feels like Shakur Stevenson can absolutely not. I mean, he feels like Jamel Herring cannot fuck with him. Let's see what he got to say.
It's gonna be a lot worse for him.
So what does it look like when you fight Jamel? What's that fight look like?
It look like a massacre. I feel like I've been in there with Jamel. Jamel is not as good as I am. Jamel going there in certain fights and he's losing rounds. We didn't see him lose rounds before. We have not yet to see me lose rounds in fights. I control these fights. I feel like I'm the best defensive fighter in boxing. And Jamel can't be no.
Shakur, you say that he was scary with some of those punches and the way he was. You got 1 minute.
Jamel Herring lose rounds. Jamel Herring is not as good as I am. I've been there with Jamel. He seems ultra confident about beating Jamel, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna try to get on Twitter tomorrow because Jamel is always on Twitter. I'm gonna get on Twitter and see can we schedule that interview with Jamel tomorrow. Because he said I can get an interview. He told me I can get an interview, so we're gonna see if he available tomorrow because I want that fresh reaction. I want that fresh reaction to from Jamel, and I want the reaction to like what he's been saying too. What Shakur been saying about that he simply can't beat him. simply can't beat him. So I'm gonna try to get with him tomorrow, man. Y'all know me. I'm in the fucking Camp Bomac or whatever.
Between you got your trainers, you got your cornermen, but when you see in the distance Terrence in there and you spar with him to train, and just knowing he's got your back, you got one of the top 2, 3 pound for pound. Does that add a boost of confidence? What did it feel like just to have his support for this fight and remind you, who has your back?
It feels good having one of the greatest fighters in boxing.
And honestly, man, look, I see everybody say that Jamel don't want it with Shakur. Jamel don't want it with Shakur. Jamel don't want it with Shakur. Let me ask y'all a question, man. Who better? Jamel Herring or fucking Jeremiah Nakatili? Like, let's be real. Like Nakatili win 12 rounds with Shakur. I doubt Jamel's gonna be scared to go to be in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Like I think Shakur probably will win, but I think Jamel gonna give him a good ass fight. I guarantee you that. I think Jamel is gonna give him a better fight, or the best fight of his career. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think Jamel Herring will give Shakur Stevenson the best fight of his career.
Behind me, and I appreciate his support. I appreciate everything that he do to help me. Like I said, I'm gonna go back in the gym and I'm gonna go work the group too and work on my game some more stuff. It feels good to have him behind me. Support really quick. Obviously, this was for the WBO interim title at 130 pounds. You made it clear you're not impressed with Jamel. You really want the Oscar Valdez fight. You were his mandatory at 126 pounds. What message do you send now after you've made the successful fight? What message do you send to Oscar Valdez? I'm going to beat him same way I'm beat Jamel. Like I said, I'm ready for all the big dogs. Let's get this fight. Let's get these big fights started. And dead ass gonna hump you as hell, so y'all gotta hurry up.
And Shakur, last one for me. Jamel is very tall. He's a big guy at this weight. He fought well, turning a guy, boxing. Do you have to be the guy who presses forward in that fight? Do you feel like, or?
Nah, I don't know. We wait to see when the fight happens, but either way, he can't beat me. Whatever way, if I got to box, I'm gonna beat him. If I got to step to him, I'm gonna beat him. Jamel can't fight. Jamel is a B level fighter, so it's a whole different category. That's all.
The last one.
And real quick, Shakur, GT boxing and the Red Corner boxing. You said you want to hurry up and jump back in the ring. How fast you want to get back in the ring? Honestly.
I think I'm ready to get back in the ring like September. I'm ready. Like, I think that this is my first fight this year. I think September be good. Then back in December, Valdez won it. I think I should get 3 fights by the end of this year.
30 in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shakur.
Thanks, Shakur. Thank you, Shakur. Go eat.
So I just want to know the final thoughts on Shakur Stevenson last night. The man got Shakur Stevenson got a abundance of talent. Like that, that's no question in that. He got a abundance of talent. Sometimes he makes the viewer maybe want more. He maybe wants the viewers want more. And I'm not even gonna lie, like my attention wasn't fully on Shakur last night. I was watching Nate Diaz and Leon Edwards, and I also watched Brandon Moreno win on UFC. By the time Brandon Moreno won, it was Israel time, and that time Shakur was off the screen. And I just want to give a shout out. I know it's a boxing show, but big ups to my nigga Israel Adesanya, man. I mean, this dude last night, he literally beat the shit out of somebody. He whooped that boy ass last night. He whooped that boy ass last night, man. Big ups to my nigga Israel Adesanya. All right. R&V, I don't know if you ready, but nigga, if you here, the moment of the show you all been waiting on. The moment of the show you all been waiting on. Keith one-time Thurman says Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence Jr. conspired against him. Hey, man, I can't make this shit up, man. I cannot make this shit up. He said Floyd Mayweather and Errol Spence conspired against him. Let's see what he got to say.
Entertain Errol, and if there's any message sense for him to fight.
And it goes, I think the night it happened was Porter Broner. I think Porter Broner.
Las Vegas,
MGM Grand.
June, I believe.
Errol Spence somehow was on the undercard. He was fighting that night, got a W, probably a stoppage.
Versus the Canadian welterweight. Oh my God, what's his name?
You know the history more than me. I'm not trying to get every detail. So on that night,
Phil LaGreco,
when he got that W that night, you know, they started to talk to him after the fight. And for me, this is how I look at it. A little birdie named Floyd.
A little birdie named Floyd. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Hey, shout out Keith. Keith got some of the best. Keith reminds me of Gary Russell, man. I think Keith Thurman, Gary Russell, and Deontay Wilder, some of the best storytellers in boxing. These guys make it so colorful, so believable, and they really seem like they're going through every little detail. Every little detail. Let's see what he's talking about.
Told him to say my name. Why? Well,
okay, Floyd Mayweather. So, all right, here we go. We put it together. According to Keith Thurman, Floyd Mayweather told Errol Spence to say Keith Thurman's name. Trash talking and storytelling is different, Fresh BX. So according to Keith Thurman, Floyd Mayweather told Errol Spence to say Keith Thurman's name. Smash that thumbs up button on your way in.
There's multiple reasons why a fighter in his position at that time would call up a fighter that's already in the limelight, right? But to me, there was a lot more than that. And what it really was about was changing the narrative. So right now we're talking about the narrative of Thurman, EJ, and what's all happened. But before Thurman, EJ, what was Thurman's narrative? I was on Floyd's back.
Oh, is Keith Thurman trying to say? If Keith Thurman trying to say that Floyd Mayweather put Errol Spence on him just to get Keith Thurman off his trail? Whoa. So Floyd Mayweather put EJ on Thurman to get Thurman off the Floyd Mayweather trail? Yeah. They said Mario knocked a nigga teeth out last night. They said Mario knocked a nigga teeth out last night. They said Mario knocked a nigga teeth out last night. Shout out Mario Mungia. Let me take Mario. Hold on, let me take Mario my quick, man. Let me see if they got Mario number. Mario, I think that's Mario. Let me call Mario right quick.
I'm sorry.
Mario Mungia. Let me see if I got. I don't think I still got Mario number or not. He might be on the plane. Mario Munguia. Let me see. Heard you knocked a motherfucker teeth out last night. Good shit, homie. All right, bet. Yeah. Mario done being playing with Paul. Yeah, Mario, yeah. I said Mario knocked nigga teeth out last night. Knocked his shit loose. You know what I'm saying? In my words. So I back to Keith Thurman.
Okay. After I defeated
Orlando Lara.
Now Orlando Lara.
That was the first time you called him out.
That was the first time I called him out, but that didn't matter. That's my first day on HBO calling out the world. I called out the whole world, you know, run that back. I called out the whole world, right? So, but what happened was when I fought Diego Chavez, I became the interim WBA champion. At the time, Paulie Malignaggi was the current champion who happened to lose to Adrian Broner, who happened to lose to Marcos Maidana. Now, I'm a mandatory for this belt, but whoever gets this belt keeps losing their next fight, which doesn't allot enough time for a mandatory to get mandated. Okay?
Whoa. I didn't know that. So was it a regular or was it an interim? Let's do that. Let's do our research right quick. So he said against some nigga named Lara. Hold on. Let's do our research right quick. Let's do our research right quick. So Keith Thurman. Let me type in Keith Thurman name. Keith Thurman. Let me see. Let's go to Box Rec. All right. Let's go to Box Rec. Porter, Guerrero, Bundu, Garage, Subju, Orlando Lara, Carlos Quintana, Intercontinental NABO. Also, so when he beat Diego Gabriel Chavez, he was the 2013 WBA interim world welterweight title holder. So he was the interim. He defended that interim for 1, 2, 3. How the fuck do you defend the interim title 4 times? How the fuck do you defend the interim title 4 times? That nigga defended the interim title 4 times. He didn't get the goddamn real title until 2015 when he faced Robert Guerrero. So it took him 2 years to get a title shot. Damn, WBA got to do better than that. WBA got to do better than that, man. WBA got to do better than that, man. WBA got to do better than that. Damn, they said Mario. They said Mario was on that juice, man. Hold on, man. That man said Mario was on that juice. Hold on, Troy. You got evidence, man? You got evidence, man? Goddamn. Damn, 2 years, though, to get a belt? Maybe Keith got a point. I don't know how all this ties in with the narrative of Floyd telling Errol to go get Keith, so Keith get off Floyd trail. I don't know how all that ties together. We gonna see. You know what? Let me go ahead and put in my goddamn Ethernet cable. Let me put in my Ethernet cable right quick, man. Give me like 30 seconds. I can't put in my. Yeah, I can't because this on TV. Give me like 30 seconds, man. Put in my Ethernet cable because the Wi-Fi thing keep popping up. Yeah, man, I don't want no service interruption. We don't need no service interruption today. We having fun today, y'all. We cooking. We cooking, man. Keith Thurman said that they had a conspiracy against him. My nigga Keith said they got a conspiracy. Them niggas conspired against me, man. Hoe ass niggas. That nigga Keith said it was. We back. I don't know why it's two of me though. I fuck it's two of me then. Oh him. I fuck it's two of me, nigga. I guess it's gonna be two of me now. All right, now it's just one of me. All right. Mike face on that left foot like Shakur did. Mike face on the left foot like Shakur did just for Mario landed. At first, right out back. Mike and Mike, Mario love, and y'all niggas well. All right, back to the audio.
Okay, the allotment of time has not been there so that I can mandate my mandatory towards any one of these world champions. First world champion, Paulie Malignaggi. Second one, Adrian Broner. Third one, Marcos Maidana. We all know what happened to Maidana, Floyd Mayweather. So after Maidana, Floyd 2, finally, someone's had the belt long enough, I can issue a mandatory. My mandatory would have been geared towards whom? Floyd Mayweather. A few months go by, and I get the phone call that Floyd is now the super champ and I'm the regular champ. And regular champs fight mandatories and super champs don't fight mandatories. So all this calling out Keith Thurman happened somewhere in between me getting elevated, before I got elevated to regular champion. Because people like you were starting to go to Floyd and say, what do you think about this kid, Keith Thurman? And he's like, oh, he green. Oh, this, that. And he kept pushing me off to the side. So to me, when
I mean, everything he's saying seems to be right, though. I mean, they elevated him to regular champion. They elevated Floyd to super champion. We all know around that time is when everybody started to figure out that the WBA super has no mandatories. The WBA super has no mandatories. So, I mean, they can issue a mandatory in a special occasion like they did with Jacobs or like they did with Povetkin. But for majority of the time, the WBA super don't have a mandatory. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to disagree with what he's saying because he seems to be right on board with what the history has shown us.
When EJ first said my name, he ain't say my name. It wasn't you. It was something somebody else told you to do. All right? It's like, sir, yes, sir, you listening to others. It didn't come from your heart. You know what I mean? And how do I know? How do we know this, Keith? Well, look back at that old fight reference when he first said my name. And before he said my name, he said Floyd's name. He said, I want to call out Floyd Mayweather. Oh, wait. I mean, Keith one-time Thurman. Like, bro, why didn't you just?
He said it ain't come from the heart. That's what stuck out to me. That nigga said, you called me out and it ain't come from the heart. You called me out and it ain't come from the heart. It came from another nigga's mouth. Somebody else told you to say that. You a yes man. You a yes man. Yes man, yes man, yes man. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what he's saying. He's called that man a yes man. He called him a do boy. He called him a do boy. A yes man. A yes man. A yes man. Damn, Key. Tell me how you really feel. Damn, Key. Tell me how you really feel. That nigga called that nigga a yes man. He said you did what Floyd told you to do, which is all debatable. I ain't got no proof. Really, Keith ain't got no proof either. I ain't got no proof. Keith ain't no proof. This is all hearsay. I don't know. I'm just trying to know what I'm saying. Shit, drum it up a little bit.
You just call out Mayweather that day. You want to go for the top. Mayweather was still an active fighter. Why don't you just call out Mayweather? Like I said, man, I thought it was very deflective. The boy was only 16-0. And I always thought that there would be a great opportunity to face him one day in the future. But why would I look down when I was trying to get a Floyd fight back then? I was trying to get a Pacquiao fight back then when I was 26 years old. You know what I mean? 26, 27. I was trying to make those fights happen, you know? And instead, I had to take what was coming to me, which was ended up being Robert the Ghost Guerrero and all these other fights that I ended up getting. So, you know, he went through the trenches. Once when he got the WBA from Brook, I saw him as a real champion, like he was. He deserved it. He had a tremendous performance. I was cheering for him. Why? Red, white, and blue. He went overseas and got that belt. Very proud of him. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't hate, but I don't really hate, man.
All right, so he said he was supporting Errol Spence. He was supporting Errol Spence when he went over and fought Kim, which I think most of the boxing world was. Most of the American boxing world was. I think we all wanted Earl to go over there and do what he had to do against Carol Brook. And I mean, look, Carol Brook is what it is, man. You're a good fighter, but you won on that day. Well, you was for a little bit.
I know this game. I know this struggle. I appreciate the work every fighter puts in, you know, to make this industry what it is and as exciting as it truly is and truly can be. We need fighters like Errol Spence to fight fighters like Keith Thurman. We need that, you know, but we also need people to know what kind of fight it is when it is, right? You do that fight early, people ain't going to fully understand the magnitude of that fight. You know, my whole objective, beat Pacquiao, then it would have been Thurman Spence. You think if Pacquiao got defeated, that Spence would be fighting Pacquiao in this moment? No, he wouldn't be fighting Pacquiao in this moment. So that falls back on me. That falls back on me. That's my mistake. I allowed this door to open. I allowed him to do this little, oh, what? We're getting through the welterweight division. And as we get through, we just, we don't, pull that corner. We don't need Thurman. We don't need Thurman. We don't need Thurman. Okay, you know, let's see. You know, if that's how he wants to go about the welterweight division, so be it. You know, I can't change nothing. But I'll tell you another thing. I ain't never get a phone call. I ain't never once in my life got a phone call to fight Errol Spence.
I'm gonna stop it right there. I'm gonna just stop it right there. I'm gonna just stop it right there. We ain't gonna do no more. He said he never got a phone call. Errol been doing all that hooping, hollering, and all that shit. Nobody ever called Keith to fight Errol. Nobody ever called Keith to fight Errol. Nobody, according to Keith Thurman. He said the plan was to beat Manny Pacquiao and go to the Errol Spence fight, which I can believe. I can believe that the plan was to beat Manny Pacquiao and fight Errol Spence. I do not believe Keith Thurman would have tried to duck Errol Spence after he would have won against Pacquiao. That's just my personal opinion. So look, man, he said that Mayweather and Errol conspired. Now he's saying that Errol is doing this. He said Errol is maneuvering his way around the welterweight division. I don't need Thurman. I don't need Thurman. I don't need Thurman. He said that's what Errol doing. Nobody ever called Keith Thurman about an Errol Spence fight. Ever.
And we got the same manager. So don't act like you called me out if you ain't really called me out. You know, that's what I don't appreciate. Because when Thurman wanted Porter, Kenny Porter got a phone call.
Oh, talk that shit. Talk that shit, Thurman. Talk that shit, Thurman.
And then what did Kenny Porter say? Not now. Then it came later. Thurman gets a phone call. Kenny Porter, Sean Porter, they want you now. Oh, bet. Run it. Because I wanted them before anyways. Run it. I got the phone call. When it was time to fight, when the moment Floyd retired,
This shit getting good. This shit getting good.
The WBC got vacated, and Danny Garcia moved up to welterweight, fighting against Robert the Ghost Guerrero for the vacated title. He beats Guerrero. I commentated that fight, and I told Al, I want that boy at 147. You know,
he told Al, I want that nigga. Give me Danny.
Some time went by. Let Al know again, I want to fight that boy this year. He called up Danny's dad. Boom. Y'all want to fight Thurman? Thurman wants to fight. It's a big fight. Y'all undefeated champions, unified. They said, yeah, we want the fight, but Danny's been a little inactive. Let us get a tune-up, little.
We're going to stop it right there. We're going to stop it right there, man. Thurman said he never got a phone call. You know what? I'm gonna make me a goddamn picture. Fuck it. I'm gonna make me a picture. We're gonna put up everything Thurman said. Keith Thurman. Floyd and Errol conspired against me. All right. Never got a phone call to fight Errol. Let me see. But what's he say? He said the plan was beat Manny, fight Errol. Now Errol is dodging me. All right, that's how we're gonna put up. That's how we're gonna put up. We ain't gonna put up too much more. We ain't gonna put up too much. I ain't gonna keep typing this shit out too long. We gotta keep that though, man. What y'all feel about this though, man? What y'all feeling? What y'all is he being 100? Is he keeping the book 50? What we're gonna do is I'm gonna share the link, and then I'm gonna open up the phone line if y'all want to call in. What we're gonna do, man? 317-220-6995. Number to call in if you want to call in, or if you want to join the show. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself on the screen, then you can join the show just like that too. 317-220-6995. Number to call in if you want to call in, or if you want to join the show and talk a little bit, then we can talk a little bit about whatever. We got Keith Thurman, we got Teofimo Lopez. I ain't even talked Teofimo Lopez yet. Damn, I ain't even talked Teofimo Lopez yet. I forgot all about Teo. But yeah, we got Teofimo Lopez news too. My bad. We got Teofimo Lopez news too. But before we do that, let me go out to my guy, E.S. Cooney, whenever he connect his device. Right now, he just should back there. There you go. But yeah, real quick, man. Teofimo Lopez and Top Rank have agreed to settle their differences, and they have a amended deal to raise minimum purses. It is claimed that Teofimo Lopez will return October 2nd on a ESPN Plus pay-per-view, and we'll see who the opponent is. But E.S. Acuna, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going? D-Nice, I'm gonna put you on mute right quick, and then I'm gonna come to you.
Okay, cool.
Talk to me.
Oh, I wanted to ask you before Keith had the elbow surgery and unified with Danny Garcia. A lot of people was like, "Oh, Thurman is ducking Spence." I followed what was going on from the jump. Back in 2014, 2015, Thurman became Floyd Mayweather's mandatory. And Thurman was talking all types of shit, about how it's his time and da-da-da. Floyd didn't like that because Floyd already just fought Pac, and he was looking for he was looking for a fight that made sense for him. He wasn't going to fight a young up-and-coming, like, future, titleist in his last fight. He was looking for someone like he fought, Berto. So he started going with the Thurman is ducking Spence, right? That's where it came from, because he needed something to distract everybody, because you got enough people who don't know what the fuck they watching that it's gonna work.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't on it back then like that. So you saying Floyd was the person who originated that Thurman was ducking Spence?
Yes, that's where it came from, because he was like, all of a sudden he was like, because Keith Thurman was on Floyd's ass now. Like, he was talking crazy about him all the time. Like, Thurman was calling him out, and we all knew Thurman wasn't gonna get the fight, but he was trying to build his name. So Floyd was like, but Thurman don't want it with Spence, or Thurman is ducking Spence. If Al Heyman had, back then, Thurman or Spence was like how Ennis is now. Like, everybody felt like, down the line, Spence is gonna become one of them guys. He's gonna become a top pound for pound type guy. And the way people was looking at Thurman was the same thing. Thurman was not even a full welterweight champion, right? So Thurman is still building to get to that top point. And Spence is even behind him. Spence at this point is not fighting contenders. He's not fighting former champions. He's fighting guys we ain't really heard of. He's just fighting to build himself. So of course Floyd goes, "Oh, Spence, Thurman is."
Hey! Let me stop you right quick. Let me put you on mute. I got something for y'all right quick, man. Let's go out and see what the fuck was happening.
You spoke about the possibility of a future fight with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You're making some predictions. How do you see those two superstars growing in their skill sets?
Terrence Crawford can fight his ass off. So can Errol Spence. Can fight his ass off. There's only one problem. Nobody really knows these fighters. I mean, I spoke on Errol Spence before, after the Pacquiao fight. I'm always going to push and help a brother if I can. But as you can see, Badu Jack, in a short period of time, making 7 figures, living a gated community. She's got a beautiful mansion built from the ground up, got nice cars, very humble, very appreciative. And I'm happy to work with Badu Jack. But even like Gervonta Davis just told you, he's just told you out of his mouth, I made good money with Mayweather Promotions.
He's got serious hunger, hasn't he? He's got serious hunger.
But also, we produce. We make things happen. Do I think Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia should be fighting each other right now? No, I think that Errol Spence he should be fighting one of them first. And I wonder why Keith Thurman is keep ducking Errol Spence. Everybody is ducking Errol Spence.
Errol Spence wants his mandatory with Cal Brook.
Cal Brook was just in a tough battle with Triple G. He needs a bout.
There y'all go. He just said he just said Keith Thurman was ducking Errol Spence. Talk to me, Dakota.
And you know what's funny too? When Thurman and Danny was about to fight each other, Floyd Mayweather said, "I don't even know why they fighting each other yet. They still should build." And Errol Spence was less popular than both of them at the time. It didn't even make sense. That's what I'm saying. It didn't make sense. I knew why Floyd was doing it. He was tired of Thurman talking that shit. So this is the thing, right? If Thurman and Spence were to fight at that time, that's like if Ennis and Ortiz fought right now. It'd be a good fight. It'd be a great fight. But we would all go, damn, that's kind of like before either guy has shown that they're at the top level.
But sometimes it take that. You know what I'm saying? When Lil B-Hop fought Titus Williams, they was both still some highly level prospects, but one won, one went on. When Joe Joyce fought Daniel Dubois, how they touted, one lost and one went on. Sometimes it take that.
No, that's fine, but that's not.
At that point, I don't think Keith Thurman was on Errol Spence's level. I think he was a little bit above that.
He was, absolutely, but and that's the thing, right? Is that Thurman ducking? That network didn't ask him to fight him. Al Heyman didn't say go fight Spence,
and he said he never got a phone call. He said
because obviously Heyman knows that's my future pay-per-view fight. That's what everybody thought, that's the next super fight between the welterweights, obviously, and then Crawford, because Crawford was still at 140. So everybody knew that was the big. They were saying this is Oscar De La Hoya versus Trinidad. This is like similar to that. So if they're gonna fight each other when one is about to be a champion level fighter and one's still a prospect, I mean, you could do that, but that doesn't mean Thurman is ducking Spence though. How can he duck him when they're both trying to climb at the same time? And if Heyman came to Thurman and said it's time to make that fight, I would have thought that'd be stupid. But if he did it, then Thurman said no, that's one thing, but that's never what happened. So then they sent Spence the IBF route, right? He gets Algieri. At that time that Spence got Algieri, Thurman was fighting Sean Porter, who had the better resume, who was a champion at the time, Porter or Spence. He fight Porter. It made more sense to him to fight Porter at the time. Then he unified with Danny Garcia, and this is all before Errol Spence had his step-up fight with Kell Brook.
But Kell Brook also had that fight, that exception when he fought Triple G, that pushed the Errol Spence fight back. But let me go out to D Nice right quick, man.
Okay, cool.
D Nice, talk to me.
Salute, fellas. Let me chop this fable real fast. I'm with Keith Thurman about the Floyd situation, but Keith's words fall on a lot of deaf ears because he's complicit in the situation also. Now, you can build up a case saying that Floyd put Spence on Thurman to get Spence off his ass, and which is plausible. And I agree with my man just saying that the bigger fights were Porter and whoever before Spence obtained his title. But once Spence beat Kell Brook, Spence Thurman was the fight to make. And Thurman openly said, "You are not on my to-do list."
Yeah, but didn't Thurman get injured like after he beat Danny? He was out for like what?
Even still, Spence was saying, "I want to fight. When you come back, let's fight. Let's fight. Me and you can fight." And Thurman said,
at that PBC little press conference, that big reveal, his energy did not seem like he wanted any Errol Spence smoke at that.
None at all.
At that press conference. So I would agree with you on that.
That's what made it a duck. When Spence got his title and Thurman didn't want to fight, that was a duck. It was no way around that. And Thurman, what I'm getting from Thurman is he's saying that Floyd Mayweather acted one way on some sucker shit, and in return, Keith Thurman was gonna act the same way. Because that's what I'm getting.
That is what I'm. It kind of is though, bro. Like
Yeah, that's what that's leading up to. He basically saying Floyd acted like a sucker, so I'm gonna act like a sucker. That's what I get from everything that's being said. And right now, I'm not mad at Spence for turning away Keith Thurman. Because for one, Keith Thurman don't have a leg to stand on. You coming off a loss, you don't have a belt, you inactive. There's no upside to Spence to fighting Keith Thurman at this point. None at all. Like you're not even in the win column as we currently speaking. So, Keith can build it however he wants. But I think if Keith had just been that same Keith Thurman, don't duck me, son, all the way up to when he became the top man in the welterweight division, I think it'd be a lot more sympathy or empathy for his plight. But right now, nobody give a fuck. Nobody care about what Keith Thurman talking about. You ducked that man. You openly ducked him. You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere to go from that point on. So, Keith need to get on back in there. And I'm glad Keith said what he said about Danny Garcia. Soon as Danny Garcia get to the welterweight division and win a vacant title, he say, I want that boy. But when Crawford get to the welterweight division and win his title, an occupied title, stopped his man, Thurman said he ain't done enough.
And when Errol won his title, he wasn't really trying to fight Errol.
He ain't done enough. He ain't done enough.
Yeah, you can't do that.
So he made valid points. He definitely made valid points. But coming from him, they don't stick. And that's what I got from this whole situation.
Cooney, anything you want to rebut?
It's not a rebut. I mean, he's obviously he's entitled to his opinion, and a lot of what he's saying is true. But I want to just add some information, right? So Thurman got the elbow surgery right after he fought Danny Garcia and was out after that. Now, whether you believe he was hurt the whole time or not, I don't think Thurman would just not want to get paid to fight if he was not hurt. So by the time Spence had beat Brook, Thurman was already had elbow surgery and was out. Right now, at the Porter versus Berto fight, Showtime had a press conference between Spence and Thurman after the fight, where they were basically talking about how they're going to make this is the next big fight that they're going to make. Thurman and Spence both talked about it. This was before Spence had gone to the UK. He was getting ready to go to the UK, and Thurman already beat Danny Garcia. And Thurman talked about how this is going to be this is going to be like the Oscar versus Tito, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns. This is going to be that fight. Let it be that. Let it be that. Let it be that. If that's what you guys think it is, right? So then obviously Thurman's out for 2 years. In those 2 years, Spence kept fighting. Spence kept doing his thing. But if Thurman is out with an injury, am I going to say Thurman is ducking? Is he supposed to go and fight Spence coming off of surgery?
Yeah.
He went and got a tune-up, right? He went and got a tune-up and got Jose Tito. Huh?
He fought Lopez. He fought Manny Pacquiao.
And then he got the Pacquiao fight.
He admitted. He said he lost. He said he dropped the ball. He admitted it.
He did.
Right.
He admitted that he dropped. So it really don't matter. Like, people can feel like he ducked because he didn't take the fight when the fight was presented to him. You know what I'm saying? When Errol had his belt, and maybe he should have fought Errol. I mean, after the Lopez fight, people gonna how they want to feel.
I mean, but everybody would have taken the Pac fight.
That was a bigger fight, but you lost.
Yeah.
You put yourself in that position for people to feel any way they want to feel because you lost. If you would have won and fought Errol, couldn't nobody say nothing.
No, you're right.
People can draw any conclusion that they want to.
This is
my
argument.
The reason I call it a duck, hold on, I got you. The reason I call it a duck is simply because of what Thurman said. He said that man was not on his to-do list. The man was a champion, and you were not willing to fight. He didn't say, I don't want to fight him because I'm injured. I don't want to fight him because I need a tune-up or anything of that nature. He said, No, he said it's not on my to-do list. That's his exact quote. It's not on my to-do list at this point. That's what he said, and that's what I consider the duck.
I've heard
that's where the ducking came in for me. Now, did Mayweather duck Thurman? You could say that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I've just heard him. I heard him on numerous of these interviews. Like before the Jose Lopez fight, he said, "I'm gonna need at least 2 tune-ups before I can take on a Porter, a Danny Garcia, a Errol Spence." Right? He said that.
Right.
Now he's obviously you can't take.
But not a fucking legend.
You can't turn down Pacquiao.
You can turn down Pacquiao if it's for the better of your career. Pacquiao is just a name. And if you going into the Pacquiao fight and you don't have what you need to win that fight, then it doesn't really matter at the end of the day anyway because you lost.
Okay, so what are we arguing though? So are we saying he's ducking?
Yeah, I said he ducked.
But if that means that means a contract was in front of him and he said no to it, but there was none. That's my thing. It wasn't like Al Haymon. There was no. So when was the network like? When was
next year? We're going to take on the Errol Spences of the world, the guys in their prime. Well, like I said, I need to get the ball back rolling. It's been 4 years since I fought twice in 1 year. Are you going to fight Errol Spence? I'm going to fight whoever they put in front of me. I want more belts. I want more money. I want more pay-per-views. Errol Spence, whoever's winning, he's still got to stay winning. I believe he's going to win. I believe he is number 2, and I'm the number 1 welterweight in the welterweight division. Until a man beats me, they cannot call themselves number 1. You and Errol Spence would be magical. We had to wait forever for Manny and Floyd. And that's going to be on Keith and Errol. And you're not going to have to wait long. Like I said, let me get back in motion. I told all the writers from the beginning of this year, we're not talking about Spence this year. 2020, we can make it happen. I will be at the fight.
The man was very evasive when asked about it. Just saying, man. I'm not trying to put any conclusion on anybody. If he injured, he injured. But Jason Whitlock asked that man repeatedly about Errol Spence, and he didn't seem to be very interested in 2019 about Errol Spence. But we got a super chat coming in from Joseph Supermax. Right? He says, Thurman said he wasn't on the to-do list for 2019. He said in 2020 but the fight lost cluster after he got beat by Pacquiao.
Facts. It's big facts. See, I can agree to everything that's being said, but Thurman ducked also. So if Thurman was saying, if Thurman was keeping that same energy,
I don't know if you're fucking.
It sounds like a duck to me. Like everybody interpret things in their own manner. I interpreted it as a duck.
I got to put the lean back in there for him because his shit got choppy. I don't know if the nigga was walking or what. This nigga turned to a robot.
That's where I'm at with it. Like,
and
Thurman duck also.
Like, you can draw your own conclusion. At the end of the day, it's like this, bro. He lost, so the Errol Spence, Errol feel like that Keith was supposed to give him a shot, and Keith lost, so Errol just like, you know what? If he treated me like that, I'm gonna treat him like that, and I can't get mad at a man for doing what was done to him.
Me neither. I feel the same way, and I would look at Spence differently if Thurman had a belt.
Me too. Now, if Thurman still had the WBA and Pacquiao didn't, and Errol still chose to fight Pacquiao over Keith Thurman, I would be upset.
Yeah, now you could call that now you could say Spence is duck. But right now, Thurman just don't have a foothold in the welterweight division anymore.
That nigga said, "Oh, guys took my belt, man."
and even still, Thurman, that Crawford fight is out there for Thurman. I very highly doubt Crawford and them would turn down Keith Thurman.
I think Thurman gonna end up fighting Porter, man. I think
it definitely is. They gonna run that back for no belt, no stakes. Nobody really cares.
I think the winner probably be the WBC mandatory.
Yeah. Now you can run that back because everybody wanted to see the Spence Porter 2, and then the Thurman Spence. That's still intriguing as a fight. But from a Spence standpoint, he don't really have anything. Keith Thurman doesn't really have anything to offer in that fight.
No, he don't, man. He don't.
So Keith kind of made him a shitty bed that he got to lay in right now. When he was at the top, he was tap dancing. He was Bojangler, man. He was the man in charge. Now he's not, and now he's coming out with all of these stories, and they just that because when I was growing up, you know what the story was, Mike?
What's that?
That was a kind word for lie. For telling them stories.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You already know. So Thurman just got it. I think Thurman need to go out there and whoop some people, man. I definitely think he need to go out there and whoop some people. And all this inactivity does not serve him well. I think he wasted his prime away. And eventually that shit gonna catch up soon.
Yeah. What you think about Teofimo Lopez doing what Terrence Crawford did?
Oh, re-upping?
Yep, adding another year onto his contract. Now it runs out to 2023, and he got a higher mandatory minimum.
Yeah,
he's gonna go up every time he fight, or at least every time he win.
Smart move, man. Legacy is for the fans. That currency is for the fighters.
What Floyd say at the press conference, my kids can't eat my legacy.
Your kids can't eat your legacy, and that's a fact.
Yes, that's what's up.
And that is a fact, and it will come a day when the fans forget about you.
Yeah, because
Joe Louis isn't heralded in today's time. I mean, people know who Joe Louis is, but Joe Louis isn't the talk of the town right now, as far as heavyweights are concerned.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna come a time when Floyd will not be the talk of the town, but what will remain is the money he made. And I heard people saying that Shakur Stevenson need to get away from Top Rank. And I just don't understand it, man. That man was on national television, the biggest sports channel in the world.
Yeah.
Millions of people got to see Shakur Stevenson last night.
That's true.
He made a nice bag. Like, what's the problem? Well, I mean, at this point, I'm saying we been seeing how it go once them dudes establish themselves. You know, Top Rank don't seem to be the place for a lot of guys, but I'm talking about right now.
Well, as far as development, shit, you gonna
right. Who
gonna make you nigga multi-division champion?
Everybody not fighting on ESPN.
Shit, everybody can't get a chance at a title. Shit, after they 12th fight, you know what I'm saying?
After they 12 fight.
Now he going up to 135. 130, and he got a Jamel Herring fight right there for him. Then possibly a Valdez fight. Like, why would you leave right now?
Exactly. Like that makes no sense.
Why would you?
That makes no sense. And we was talking about the Shakur fight last night, and people were going back and forth. He dominated. Oh, that's all he had to do, and people was entitled to their opinions. But I think everybody's opinion got shut down once Shakur came out and apologized for his own performance. He said, "Hey, man, I promise you guys I'll do better next time, and I apologize." That alone lets you know that he wasn't happy with what he had put forth that night. It gets better. But that wasn't it. Playing to the level of your opponent is a bad habit because all you do is the minimum to win. I think Shakur, and he said it. He said, I got touched, and that wasn't what I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Chances make champs. Sometimes you have to take a chance. Maybe that wasn't the time. The win is the most important thing. That's a fact. But entertainment value goes a long way.
Absolutely.
You want these people to come see you. Your purses are dictated by the people who want to come see you.
Yeah, man, you got to be, if you're going to be a world champion and you want to be like kind of like Floyd, your entertainment value means a lot. Maybe outside the ring, if you don't do it inside the ring, but inside the ring, sometimes, man, you can't just be content but going 12 rounds. Sometimes you got to go in there and try to knock a motherfucker out, especially a dude who only landed 26 punches on you, my nigga.
26 punches. And the way they broke it down for Shakur, he threw 25 punches per round.
I ain't no boxer, but my nigga, if he only hit you 26 times, you could have took a little bit more chances. But D Nice, man, we got another guest coming on, man. YSM Sports Media. He seemed to have a problem with what you said about Keith Thurman. YSM, man, let me unmute you. Talk to me.
What's good?
What's good?
How's it going, D? I'm chilling, man. How's it going, D Nice?
Man. I'm cooling, man.
What up with you? I got a couple of gripes in regards to this Keith Thurman Errol Spence situation. So how I always looked at boxing is hunter versus hunted mentality, right? So when guys are on the way up, they want all the smoke, and anybody can get it. But as soon as they get something to lose, they switch up. They become more defensive. They become businessmen, right? So we've seen this throughout the years. It don't matter who it's been. Everybody has kept that same energy, right? So Keith Thurman went from "Don't duck me, son" to not on my to-do list, and Errol, the truth Spence, went from man down to he's on the other side of the street.
Facts.
See, the things that you accuse Keith Thurman of, right? Errol Spence did that to Terrence Crawford, but Keith Thurman did it to a prospect, did it to a guy that wasn't established yet when he was trying to chase champions. Then when he unifies the division, he gets hurt, comes back, takes a tune-up, then fights a legend, which will be the most lucrative fight in the welterweight division at the time. Keith Thurman did that to Errol Spence. Errol Spence did that to the undisputed champion of a lower division. So that's the equivalent of Kovalov telling Andre Ward he got to get a belt before he fights him. Think about how ridiculous that sounds. So he's mad at Keith Thurman for doing that to him when he was 16-0, and he turns around and does that to the undisputed champ of a lower division? That's not your line, bro.
I agree. You said no lies, man. But they both did it. They both did it for whatever reason.
But I see fans jumping down Keith's throat and then justifying Errol doing it to Bud. And then when Boots is mentioned, Virgil was mentioned. Now, he don't need to fight them right now. They need to do this. They need to do that. But when it was Errol, they were crying. You got to keep the same energy throughout the situation. And that's my only.
You're not talking about me, because I agree with everything you said. I said that I wasn't mad at Spence for doing Thurman that way, but he definitely ducked Crawford. So me and you agree.
So we good.
Totally on that.
So we good. If you keep, as long as you keep the same energy throughout, I'm good.
That's how I'm built. Like he did the same thing, and Spence doing the same thing to Crawford. But as far as Thurman is concerned, Thurman get what he got because Thurman was on his high horse when he was the man. Now that he's not the man, he got a lot to say, and people really aren't interested because you don't have a foothold in the welterweight division. You are lower tier right now. So you got to get what you can get and take what you can. Because at this point, ain't too many people clamoring for Keith Thurman, Errol Spence.
Why not? That's what I don't understand. Like, why not?
Bigger fights on the table, though, man.
Mike? Exactly. Bigger fights on the table.
Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah. Pacquiao's a bigger fight.
I guess, bro.
I mean, at this point, and he beat Thurman, so yeah, that's a much bigger fight.
Who would be more competitive in a fight with Errol?
You say that again, Mike?
Who y'all think would be more competitive in a fight with Errol Spence? Manny Pacquiao or Keith Thurman?
Manny Pacquiao.
Man, I don't know about that.
Pacquiao beat Thurman.
I don't give it, man. It's arguable. It's
arguable. Styles make fights though.
Second half of that fight, nigga Thurman was beating Pacquiao ass.
He was. I think Spence stopped Thurman to the body though. That's me. That's me. You know what I'm saying? That's how.
Errol be on the borderline a lot. That nigga be shit.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It ain't cheating till you get caught.
Shit.
No, he's the nut. The Sean Porter fight, he was the nut.
Man, what? It's a video right now on YouTube that got Kell Brook. Errol Spence straight dick shots. Errol Spence hitting Kell Brook all in the dick. Bang, bang. But I said, God damn, ain't nobody say nothing. No, then the Porter fight is just way worse, man. I was like, man, why is Kenny not saying nothing to the referee? Kenny said he was, but I guess that shit fell off on deaf ears. But at the end of the day, man, I don't like none of that shit, bro. I don't like the fact that Thurman can do it. I don't like the fact that Errol doing it. I don't like the fact that it happened to Thurman and Mayweather. I just don't think that's that kind of look at what boxing need, man. Like you just don't see it in other. I know it's not the same, but damn it, the UFC, you don't see that shit. You don't
That's why boxing. That's why boxing was at its pinnacle when Don King had it, because Don King was in control. Yeah. Everything ran through Don King, so Don King didn't have no problem putting his two fighters in because all of the money came back to him.
Yep.
Right now, these dudes don't want to split the pie up with nobody. So Al Heyman don't want to sacrifice his fighter to a Bob Arum and vice versa. Bob Arum don't want to sacrifice his fighter to an Eddie Hearn. They don't want to see them with shit. Fuck the fans. The fans don't really mean nothing in today's climate, or so it seems, because that's the way they paint it out. The fans can scream a fight till they blue in the face, and it will never happen.
I agree, man. We see it all the time. We see it all the time. How long we've been screaming for certain fights that we just don't get. They got, if they got different plans, then they ain't gonna change them plan because the fan want to see something.
Not at all.
It gotta be a overwhelming amount of people that is really just clamoring for it. But oh man, you see what Thurman did to Elvis?
Say it again.
You see what let me put it on the screen. Did you see what Thurman did to Elvis?
No, I ain't see it.
Man, nigga, Thurman done cut my nigga Elvis Rodriguez. Told him to get the fuck out of here. They parted ways with Elvis, you know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can find that shit. So Thurman released Elvis Rodriguez following his upset loss to Kenneth Sim Jr. Was being billed as a future star. Let me see this shit, man. These niggas, Thurman not playing. Bob M did say like he ain't getting no easy fights no more. Every fight.
That's what he said.
Fight. But unless you like Shakur Stevenson, man, I had that shit last night. But I mean, man, that's why I just think like he could have possibly, you know what I'm saying, went extra, like push the pace a little bit more.
That's what I'm saying. Like they did the numerical breakdown of the rounds, man, and it came out to Shakur Stevenson throwing 25 punches per round. Damn. 25 punches, man, for at 130.
And you young as hell, in shape.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so either you got people that's saying he's the future, he's the next great, and you can roll with that. But when you put that moniker on a fighter, expectations are gonna be high. When you don't meet the expectations of the fans, they are going to criticize. I always tell people, criticism in boxing is inevitable. You're gonna get that no matter what comes along. But it's up to the fighter on who the fans criticize. Is it gonna be your performance or is it gonna be your opponent? Because when
you a highly talented like fighter,
yeah, when you blow your opponent out, then they talk about the opponent.
Yep.
Which you have no control over. They're gonna talk regardless. But when you're expected to do one thing and then something else comes about, then they're gonna get on you. And that's just something you gotta live with. And I think Shakur realized that, and that's why he made that post on his Instagram. So Shakur knows, he like, yeah, I could have did better. Like, and that's all I was saying. You know, people was painting the narrative like, oh, you just wanted to see the knockout. I said, no, the knockout wasn't what I was concerned with. I did want to see a more dominating performance. I did want to see him put it on him. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between winning the fight and whooping somebody's ass.
Yeah, it's a big difference, man.
Big difference.
Yeah, big ass. I mean, like he could, like he cruised to the victory. Let's be like he cruised to that victory last night. Like he ain't do no more than what was needed, and he ain't do no less than what was needed. He just did the bare minimum. Got in, got out.
Got in, got out.
He said it. He said it on his IG. He gave a apology for it. Like I'm gonna get better. Cause I mean, sometimes like you don't see like I hear him. He be in there with Bud all the time.
Right.
You don't see Bud, nigga, just going through the motions.
Not at all. And that's exactly what he was doing. And that term has slipped my mind too. Going through the motions. I wholeheartely agree with what was happening in there. He was going through the motions. He say, listen, man.
Bud going through the motions like that, man. You see you doing that shit, not Terrence Crawford. And Terrence Crawford is goddamn me the guy you always in the gym with. If he's the guy that you always in the gym with, man, you gotta pick up on certain things. You gotta pick up on round 6. All right, man. I'm not being that aggressive. I'm not being that TV friendly. Apparently, this dude right here is nowhere near on my level. You know what? Let me start taking a little chance. Or maybe he just don't. Maybe he don't believe in his chin. I don't fucking know. Maybe he got a problem with that chin that we don't know about. Maybe if he get hit just right, he might. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes you just gotta see, and maybe he just wasn't willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? Last night.
That's the way it appears.
If he get in a firefight when somebody fuck around and maybe knock him down in the first round, then maybe we'll see a more aggressive Shakur Stevenson.
Right. And see, people took it as me saying, critiquing his performance last night as to him not being able to beat, them other guys. And I'm like, no, I don't think Jamel Herring can hold a candle to Shakur Stevenson. I think he gonna lose too. And it may look just like it did last night. But that wasn't my point.
Okay.
My point was saying that if we gonna hold this young man to the standard of the next all-time great, the future of boxing, those type of performances will not do. That's just it's clear as cut as that goes. If this guy is who you say he is, we expect more from him. He has to live with that. Or you bag up off of that, he's the next, and just say, hey man, he's a good up-and-coming fighter. Let's see what he does. Stop placing them expectations on these fighters, and then when they underwhelm, you have a million excuses for why it was okay for what he did. Because you keep putting on fights like that, you can guarantee you will not keep ending up on ESPN.
Hell no.
And I don't understand why fans think that don't matter. There's components to the fight game. All of this shit go hand in hand.
They know that shit matter. They know the more excited you are coming up, the more likely you are to have a bigger fan base. You know what I'm saying? Being slick and being too cool and going through the mode. Like sometimes you gotta if you wanna elevate, like Tim really said last night, like when Floyd wasn't no defensive boxer when he first came in this motherfucker.
No, he wasn't. They called Floyd a power puncher at 130.
What?
A power puncher.
What? Let him know, D-Nice. Hey, y'all think Floyd is always this nigga? Nah, he was coming. That's why he able to do what he do in these exhibitions. Because at 130, he was used to coming forward in that high guard, walking motherfuckers down. That's why Logan Paul couldn't do shit with him, because he used to it. Conor McGregor couldn't do shit with him, because he used to walking motherfuckers down. Canelo, he can walk a nigga down when he got to. Like, man, these niggas need to go back and look, bro. Like, y'all gotta go back and really do y'all motherfucking history and understand how Floyd got to where he is. He didn't get to where he is being a slick counterpuncher. He didn't do it.
Not at all. His fight with the Drunken Master was one of the best action-packed fights of all time.
Yeah, that's
these boys threw hands.
Floyd said that's his favorite fight. I think he was on $1 million worth of game or somebody or what's the nigga?
Yeah, he was on Gilly and them podcast.
Nori. or Northern
Oh,
Apollo.
the Drink Champ. He said he said that on the Drink Champ too.
Drink Champ. Yeah, he's like, man, that's my favorite fight, man. Me and Drunken Master had fun in that motherfucker.
And that's the type of shit they looking for. Now, I don't advise those type of fights for fighters.
No, but they happen though.
But they happen, and it only enhances the fighter who wins.
And then you see how Floyd beat the shit out of fucking Arturo Gotti.
Now that's the performance that they were looking for last night from Shakur.
That's what I'm saying, D-Nice. When a nigga is apparently not on your motherfucking level, that's
you gotta make him look like he's not on your level.
Bust his shit up.
And that guy that was in there with him last night, although he couldn't do nothing with Shakur, he didn't quit.
Nope.
He was still trying.
Yep.
As futile as it was, he was still giving an effort. You seen Arturo Gotti, a man who does not quit, been through wars, was finished. He was done. He didn't want any more of that smoke. Man, he put his nicotine patch on in between rounds and said, I quit smoking. I don't want no more of that. And Arturo was known as yeah, he did. And Gotti was known as a warrior's warrior.
Oh, shit,
that's why when people seen that, they were shocked. They like, whoa, no, not go out on your shield. What you doing? He's like, no, I ain't going out on my shield today. Like, fuck what y'all talking about, man. Like, y'all want to see me killed here, huh?
Fucking new day tomorrow, man. Y'all been around with this nigga yet? Hell no. That shit crazy though, bro.
I just say people as a fan, it's your right to critique. If I can cheer, I can critique.
Yeah, if you want my praise, you got to get my criticism.
Exactly. Now you become a hater when all you do is critique. When you never cheer and all you want to do is shit on the fighter, then yeah, you are a hater because you don't appreciate the things that's done good.
Absolutely.
Me, I try to view it from the whole spectrum, man. I thought Shakur did a solid performance last night, but I felt he could have did better. And when he apologized for his performance, that let me know he felt he could have did better. So I stopped listening to other fans who defended the performance when he's not defending it himself.
And then y'all got to ask yourselves too, man. Is Shakur the best fighter at 130?
I think he is. I think he is based on the eye test. I like it hasn't been proven.
Yeah, is it me? In my opinion, is either him or Chris Colbert. I maybe can throw my boy Jojo Diaz in that equation too.
And see, that's the problem with boxing right now. Because why isn't a Chris Colbert and a Shakur even talked about?
Shit, I love that fight.
You see what I'm saying? Why is that even talked about? Like, I know Shakur got bigger shit on the horizon because he's going against Jamel Herring, which is a title. You got Valdez out there, which is a unification. But if we talking about the eye test and skill for skill,
shit,
what is the better fight? Shakur versus Colbert or Shakur versus Herring?
My bad, yeah, nigga. Valdez in there too. Valdez
definitely in there.
My bad.
The way he knocked Burchell out,
Valdez.
Can't count him out.
Valdez,
but I think Shakur beats all of them. But I would love to see Lil B-Hop and Shakur Stevenson mix it up.
But Valdez showed me the last fight. Shit, he showed me nigga he can come in with a different game plan. I ain't nigga. He showed me a level right there. I ain't never seen Valdez coming in my book like you know what? I'm gonna just change everything I do.
People had Valdez going out on his back in that fight.
Nigga, I did. Shit, I thought Burchell was gonna knock this nigga shit loose.
So yeah.
So Valdez, man, he changed the whole game plan, adapted, and got the knockout. I ain't seen Shakur say, I'm gonna change my game plan and go push the pace. I ain't seen it yet. I seen Valdez able to adapt. Beat a world champion at 130 who was reigning. Let's see what Shakur can do with Jamel Herring. That'll tell us a little bit more. If he goes out there and blasts Jamel Herring out, then all right, Shakur might be that nigga at 130.
Yeah.
Go out there and have a tough fight with Jamel. All right, Jamel. Shakur and Valdez might be a banger.
Right.
And lose to Jamel. And then
man.
we say shit. I don't know if Shakur is who we thought he was, but he'll still have an opportunity to go back and rebuild and prove that. But I don't see that happening. Just my personal opinion. But I don't see it being an easy fight though for Shakur Stevenson. Even though
I do.
Lost to Darius Miller. I thought that was a pretty boring ass fight, honestly.
I see the Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring fight as an easy fight for Shakur Stevenson. My only question is, how is Shakur going to win? That's what I'm wondering.
That's what I'm saying. If you go out there and do what he did last night, it's not going to be easy. I tell you that. Jamel just not going to let him be that damn comfortable and just do what he want to do. I
don't think Jamel can do anything about it. I don't think Jamel can make Shakur fight differently if Shakur don't want to.
Right.
That's where I'm coming from with it. Like, I don't think there's nothing that Jamel does that's going to make Shakur react in a different manner if that's not what he wants to do. I think it's all on Shakur Stevenson how he proceeds in them fights.
And that's the beauty of sports. That's the beauty of sports. We have a different opinion, and we can really find out what is what on the night. You know what I'm saying? We can really find out what is what on the night. But shit, D, I want to ask you something, man. What do you think? What part do you think Chris Colbert played in this whole situation? And Gervonta Davis is still technically the super champion at 130 of the WBA. So 130 is like, I don't know what Gervonta like. Apparently, the WBA just let Gervonta do what he want to do. Go get a regular at 140. Go get a regular at 135. Have a super at 130. Then he just doing then. Motherfucking Leo Santa Cruz get knocked the fuck out. He's still champion at 126.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But when motherfucking Guillermo Rigondeaux moved up to fight Lomachenko and he got beat, they took
all that.
They took his double before the fight. They took his before the fight even happened, like before he even lost. So man, this shit fugazi, man. All this shit fugazi, really, man.
As far as who was B Hop's who was Lil B Hop's promoter? Like, who was he affiliated with?
He was PBC without him.
So that gives him a better leg into a Gervonta Davis fight.
Man, Gervonta not fighting nobody black. I told you that like 10 times.
And that may be so. I'm just saying it gives him a better leg into getting that fight. Right now, competition doesn't seem to be the primary goal for Tank Davis.
When you talk about skillful, nigga, I put B Hop in that skillful category with the likes of. And I'm just purely talking about skill, this level of skill you got. You know what I'm saying? Like Kell Brook is a very skillful fighter.
Right.
Crawford, a little B Hop, like just like what I. Based off like what I see, you know what I'm saying? Like those guys Canelo got a abundance level of skill, you know what I'm saying? Caleb Plant got some skill. I just don't know if it's world class or not. Because I ain't really seen him get no world class fighter yet. You know what I'm saying?
I think his skill is world class though. Like his technique.
We gonna see it.
We definitely gonna see. But I'm still leery about that because they still ain't came out and said nothing definitive as far as
it's September, bro. Come on, what we June, July already. Man, give them to maybe the early July. They'll tell you.
Okay.
They'll tell you.
Okay, because I'm still skeptical with that. Like to be honest with you, the same way I was skeptical with Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez next, which in all likeliness isn't going to happen. Because Bob Arum came out and said, as much.
And Bob, man, Bob is doing what all business people do. When you know a motherfucker probably gonna leave it on the way out, you ain't gonna give him no motherfucking alley-oop. You ain't gonna put the bag and rest the bag on Pacquiao when this motherfucker got the opportunity to walk out in October. You gonna sit in motherfucking October, you gonna put him in the ring, you gonna find somebody motherfucker don't care about. Terrence gonna knock his ass out, and he gonna be about his business. And then that's it. Bob is. You see what Bob just did? Bob gave Teofimo Lopez the Terrence Crawford contract. He read him up, gave him a new mandatory minimum, and shit. Now Bob wagging his hitch to Teofimo Lopez. Bob is waving by to Terrence Crawford. Bob is not going keep on paying something that he feels like the money is just not there for. And Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? No, does himself no favors by being the way he is. I mean, he's not a very social guy. He's not a very a guy who's always doing things in front of the camera. He's a low key guy. So,
and that's his. And see, that's his right.
And he cool with that.
Exactly, and he's not upset with that. My thing is the people who say he needs to promote himself better. No, he doesn't. That's what a promotion company is for. Yeah. That's why they get their cuts. If I gotta promote myself, then do I get to pay the promotion company less?
Because I'm gonna be real with you, nigga. The fight, the actual fights that he's gonna make. That's the easy thing. It's about the promotion, the contract, the A side, B side, the lawyers. This is the actual fight. That's the easy thing to make. Nigga, splits is when it get tricky. You can ask a motherfucker, hey, you want to fight him? Hey, you want to fight him? Hey, you want to fight each other? I'm A side. No, nigga, I'm A side. Now they don't want to fight each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you go. It'll be stuck on Super Chat. I think T.O. person number 2. And y'all saying that nigga. Loma fighting a real motherfucker in about what?
Man, Loma about to beat the fuck out of Nakatani, man. I ain't going for that.
That nigga not big.
He about to whoop Nakatani, man.
The skill is night and day. But that motherfucker big. He 6 foot.
He about to whoop Nakatani. If the whole ass nigga wouldn't have ran out of gas, he would have got Nakatani out of there too.
Who that?
That whole ass nigga. I don't even mention his name. You know what I'm talking about. The whole ass nigga. Yup.
I'm still waiting on that question, man.
What's that?
I'm still waiting on the question, man. Nobody out there got the fucking kahunas? Nobody? Bob Arum. Why, when all this shit happened with Felix Verdejo, y'all chose not to terminate his contract? Y'all gonna keep him under contract to after the verdict when they get all this goddamn evidence against him? Why? Simple question. Why?
Yeah. I mean, because they playing good business. They playing good business. In case all else fails, they'll still have another person under contract who is more more infamous at the time. Say he beats this case, which I doubt.
Yeah, come on.
But I'm just saying, like,
no, I hear you.
Say he beats this case, and he's still under contract. Now people just want to see him lose. But I bet you people tune in to the next Felix Verdejo fight.
Boy, you
see what I'm saying? He was found out guilty. Oh, not but the people who thought he was guilty, they want to see him get beat up. You know what I'm saying?
Kill him. Put him in that way.
Bob Arum just thinking about the money. And there's no morality in what Arum and them is doing because that's how businesses run.
I want to see. Verdejo versus nigga Sabril Matias. Put him in there with goddamn Sabril.
Sabril gonna fuck him all the way around.
They're gonna do us a favor. Man, for real. But
as long as Sabril's chin hold up, man, he gonna be a problem.
He definitely got a chin. I just got to get punched by.
And that's what concerns me because you got a chin all the way up until you don't.
Yeah, I want to see goddamn he get punched by like a nigga like Regis Progress or somebody.
Right. How that feel? Because he got hurt in that fight.
I mean, he damn got hurt in the last 3 or 4 fights. But besides the nigga Hawkins fight, like he always get hurt. Like he got hurt against Maxim Dedashev, hurt him a little bit. The nigga Pedro or Petrov or some shit that he got a draw with or whatever he got with, a loss, whatever it was, he definitely hurt him. They talking about running that fight back, which would be incredible. I hope y'all put that on like Errol Spence undercard. Like that would be a great fight for undercard fight. But yeah, man, like he get hurt, but he just don't give a damn about getting hurt. Like he don't That nigga don't give a fuck about nigga hurt nigga. Can you take these?
You're right.
That's it. Can you take these?
And see, that's and every fighter don't fight that way, but he provides entertainment value.
Y'all lucky this nigga not American. Y'all lucky that I feel like from the look of it, he from an impoverished environment. You know, he tatted, he got the little blonde shit in there. Like he got them streets. So
yeah, he might be amigo or something,
man. He might be funny as a motherfucker when he talk that shit. You know, if a nigga hitting you like that and walking you down, I imagine the shit he can talk if he was American. Nigga must be real. Do me a favor if you want to be a star. Learn English, man. That's all you gotta do. Learn some English, man. That's it. Like, if you learn English, your trajectory will go up. Just learn how to say little shit like a Triple G did. Like say, nigga, I want to be a nigga ass or something like that. Motherfucker be start laughing because your accent and shit like accent.
Big drama show.
Just come whoop on me. Damn. But yeah, D-Nice, man, I'm gonna get on down, bro. Now hell, I ain't buying no fucking TO fight, man. Get the fuck out of here. Stream
no, I'm not buying. Not yet. Yeah,
call
me the stream. I'm the stream king.
Yeah, on fight down buying something as a Wilder Fury. That's it.
Streaming that too.
I ain't buying Pacquiao. I might buy Pacquiao. Depending on the card, but that Wilder Fury on the card is lit. It's litty. It's litty like a motherfucker. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get on down, man. Look, bro, I wanted to ask you something, man. Like every Sunday, bro, if you good and you want to like do a time and you just want to talk boxing about what happened last night and you off, let me know, man, and I'll shoot you the link like before the show.
No doubt, man. I definitely tap in.
All right. Tell my nigga be nice, man. Popping on and going.
Already.
Then 2 hours with me. We on
yes, sir.
Hours.
Hey, you know, shit. In reality, like I don't really have many people to talk boxing with, man. It's me and my little brother, and my little brother don't, live close to me, so we just, we catch it when we catch it. But this be, I fuck with boxing, man. I've been fucking with boxing for a long time, and I'm just into combat sports, period. So, the dialogue is what's good to me. I enjoy it. It's entertainment for me.
And beat the shit that boy, man.
Yeah. And see, I come to platforms like yours and H Money because you can express your opinion and actually have dialogue. You know what I'm saying? And keep it there. It ain't got to get personal. It ain't got to get, out of hand. What am I getting upset and angry with somebody that I don't even know? Like,
boxing.
We just talking boxing. Like, okay, you disagree? That's fine. Let's roll on. Let's to another topic. It's really that simple, man.
And salute to my nigga H Money, man. A lot of motherfuckers don't like H Money, but
I fuck with H Money.
Man, and shit. He passionate with opinion. I love that. Like I love for a motherfucker to be passionate about how they feel and not willing to bend because somebody else don't necessarily like it or feel the same way. Nah, all that shit overrated, bro. Like we ain't built the same. We ain't from the same place. Like everybody's different. Everybody got a different mindset. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think differently. And with that being said, it's just I enjoy niggas like H Money. I enjoy like my nigga Goodfellow TV.
Yeah, I fuck with H Money because you can go on his platform and y'all can have a whole knockdown drag out disagreement, and the next time y'all link back up, it's right back in the boxing, man. Ain't no hard feelings, ain't no residuals from the last conversation.
I told H a time ago, man. I said, man, you ain't got your part with these niggas, man. You just talking boxing, bro. That's it. After y'all done with this topic, nigga, it's gonna be something else that y'all agree on. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit is overrated, bro. And I enjoy my nigga Fred too. Fred show too. Man, you can call in and give
with the barbershop conversations, man. I used to listen to him, but he started to become too political in the shit that he was doing, and it was real obvious that the favoritism for who he was champion for, it would just take over. Like he was with Sean Porter and Kenny Porter, and he was their best friends, and Porter wasn't ducking Spence and yada yada yada. And then when Kenny Porter mushed him in his face, now they the worst shit to happen to boxing. And I'm like, before that, you was rolling with him wholeheartedly. So that anything that's affiliated with the LDBC and all of that shit right there, I done fell back from, because I used to find myself on them dudes' platforms disagreeing with everything they said, and then I had to think to myself, well, damn, if you don't agree with nothing that's going on here, what the fuck is you here for? So I just withdrew from them type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It got to be some type of like-mindedness for me to be here. No, we don't have to agree with everything.
Agree with everything, you know what I'm saying, that be said on their platform and shit. So it's
Like we don't have to agree with everything. Like me and you, Mike, we don't agree with the Wilder situation.
This is nothing shit. Everybody gonna have their motherfucking opinion about shit.
Right.
And some people got narratives that they want to push in, and some fans buy into it. But at the end of the day, it ain't gonna stop me from keeping my independent opinion.
Right.
I don't need nobody else to flock to or to goddamn me tell me how to think or like what to think, or these titles got me thinking like this or like that, because that shit don't matter.
Nah, me neither.
But D, man, let me go and get on down, man. My girl on the way over here, man. About to go grab something to eat, probably, man.
Already, man. Salute.
I might catch y'all later on tonight with the show, man. I don't know, man. I just feel like talking some boxing today, man. I'll find me another topic, man. Maybe that Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson topic, man. I'm gonna make it spicy tonight.
No doubt. You come back in, I tap back in.
All right, man.
Already.
Shout out to my guy D Nice, man, for joining the show. And just big ups to everybody out there, man. Tim Bradley, man. Look, Tim had his opinion, man. Tim Bradley had his own opinion, and that's just what it is. He just personally felt like that fight wasn't entertaining. And Tim Bradley's not the only person that felt that way. So I can't necessarily get mad at Tim for I actually want to give Tim credit for having the balls to say it on live TV, on national TV, where you know Shakur Stevenson gonna see it again. Somebody gonna clip it, somebody gonna send it to him, somebody gonna show it to him, somebody gonna get them to make sure that he see what Tim Bradley said about him. So I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying, giving Tim credit for actually, you know what I'm saying, state his opinion. But yeah. With that being said, salute the show. Salute everybody out in the chat. D Nice, my nigga. Thank you for joining the panel, man. I think D Nice, man, for real, man. I think D Nice might be the guy, man, for real. I just wish, man, I was at a stage where my channel was like big enough and I could just pay D Nice to come on every day, you know what I'm saying? I would definitely pay D Nice, because I like D Nice's opinion, because I necessarily don't always see eye to eye with D Nice on a lot of shit, but I can respect where he comes from, because he has substance behind his opinion. It's just not one of these blank opinions, man. So I do enjoy D Nice, man. And hopefully, man, when the channel gets bigger and bigger and bigger, I can, you know what I'm saying, put my guy to come on and support the show. Or if one of these cryptos busts off for me today, I can goddamn throw some money at that nigga. Come on the show. All right, y'all. I'm out this bitch. Yes, sir.
Sometimes you gotta give people their flowers. While they can still smell them. Mark Nash, Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga, my brother. Let's get this done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either